Hello there, crew. Are you ready to set sail with your skipper once again? I certainly am. Episode 25 coming right up, my lovelies. So, stay tuned. So, what do we intend to accomplish in this video today? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I keep planning things at the start of these videos, and then when you're going on to other jobs, it just, he goes, well, what was I doing again? Anyway, we will finish off the two beams that we had made in the last episode. They'll be getting a good varnish before we actually fit them properly, and then we will be getting on with the back end once again, and we'll hopefully get that finished. I'm not going to say that's what's happening, but that's the intentions. So come on guys, let's get on with this. Time to roll the sleeves up. Guns this way. So guys, we've given these beams a right good sanding. They're all prepped, ready to go. We just need them to get them a final wipe down, and then we're going to actually do a 50-50 mix with varnish and white spirit, because they're pretty dried out, so they need to soak in the varnish a wee bit before it actually takes a proper HUD. So we'll get on with that. Now guys, when we say a 50-50 mix, what does that mean? It means, just like Ron Seal, exactly what it says on the tin. You use 50% varnish and 50% white, wrong side buzz, 50% white spirit. And basically that just thins everything up, because the beams are so dry. I mean, they'll be like a sponge. So if you put varnish straight on that, it'll no penetrate the wood as good as what a 50-50 mix will do. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple of coats of 50-50 mix, then we'll do a 75, which is getting stronger with the varnish. We'll do a 75-25 mix, and then we'll go straight onto the varnish after that. So you're talking about a minimum of 5 coats of the mixed stuff before you actually put just varnish on. Morning folks, it's another day, one man in his boat here, and I must say it's absolutely bloody freezing. It's, autumn's gone and winter's arrived, I can swear to God, because took the kid to the school bus this morning and it was saying 4 degrees and there's a wee wind chill there as well, so you can imagine the temperatures. Anyway, I didn't have a very successful day yesterday. Partly due to wrong part size, so I've now reordered the parts and it was just basically twiddle the thumbs, but of course it's where I'm working at the back end, so now I've got to figure out other jobs to do. So what we're going to get on with now is actually we'll place the beams back in and we'll make the bolts for each beam going in. It's the best thing I can do for now, I think, and once we get that done then we'll just think of the next job to do. Yeah guys, that's how cold it is. Absolutely blooming freezing. Anyway, we're going on to our next job, which is actually going to be making the bolts for the putting the beams in. So what we'll have here guys is the 14mm stainless steel rod, and we're going to get 4 sections, each 1 metre section. So that should be enough, more than enough to do the beams themselves. I'm going to keep 2 aside though, because 2 of them will be for putting the pot holder on itself, and we might need a lot longer bolt for that, so we'll keep them spare. We'll get these cut up and see what's left. I might need to order more. So anyway, what the plan is, once we've got our 8mm thing cut up, is we're going to put the nut on, and we're going to put it so far, and we're going to weld up the head of the nut, and then that should make it fast. And then that'll be the top end where the beam goes when it's countersunk into the beam, and then at the bottom end that's where we're going to put nice big thick washer, wee normal nut, and then maybe an eye lock underneath, wee eye lock as well. So let's get the big toys out and we'll get these cut up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to introduce you to Big Bertha. Isn't she a cracker? This thing will eat steel, stainless steel, like nobody's business. Best bit of kit I've ever bought. As you can see, we're set up to rock and roll. Got a stop block screwed to the thingy, 8 inches in length from the blade. And I've also got it clamped down so she'll not go nowhere. So if we just keep that on repeat, we'll try the first one first obviously for a test piece, and then we'll go through there. Hopefully everything should go hunky-dory. Right, let's get the toys on. Right boys and girls, that's us now got 32 8-inch bolts. But as you can see, don't know if the camera will pick that up, they're needing the head sorted out. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get the stonemason out, and we're going to grind the edges until it suits the thread for the actual nut going on. That has. Good morning guys, it's the lovely Sunday morning here where the clocks go back an hour. So it feels like I'm getting a late start here at One Man in His Boat. Anyway, where we are at is I've been varnishing the beams, and I've basically kept them out overnight because it was meant to be very good weather, so they're dry this morning, nice and crisp. However, we are going to do a wee bit more work on them today before we actually put another coat of varnish. Talking about varnishing, I'm just going to go straight on with the varnish now, because that 50-50 mix, it's had 3 layers and it seems to be perfect. It's soaked right into the fibres of the wood itself, so happy days. So let's get on with this task, guys. So here we go guys, that's what 3 coats look like. I think it's not too bad. Let's say I get our 4 coats at least with just normal varnish, and that should do it. I'll get on with that today. However, first I want to actually bore the holes through for the deck beam pins Right, boys and girls, this is the part I've been waiting on. There's a Frostner bit. It's very big. I can't remember what size it is. 53mm, there you go. It's 53mm in diameter. And basically it's the same depth. Excuse the hand. Shouldn't be. Terrible camera work here, Barry. Luckily enough, when we do the bolt and the washer together, it's about the same height. So all we need to do is actually drill to the top of there into the beam, and that'll give us a decent depth for everything to be flush. So everything should be equal, every single beam. We should have the same draw, or same pressure to draw. So what we're going to get on with now is actually drilling. Everything's all marked, ready to rock and roll. Is actually drilling the Frostner bit in, ready for the countersink, and then we'll drill all the way through. Now what I will say about drilling through is, after we've done the Frostner bit, what we'll do is we'll move this beam back onto the sacrificial wood, and then we'll drill straight through. And what the sacrificial wood is there for, is for folk that don't know, is basically to stop split out at the bottom of here when the drill bit comes through. Because there'd be nothing worse than making a lovely neat job, and then boom, this bottom end's all splintery and everything like that. So that's what that's there for. It just helps the drill bit go right through without making a mess. So once again, let's get my favourite bit out. Let's get the tools on. Perfect. boys and girls, that's what happens when you put a piece of scrap on the other side. You've got a beautiful clean hole. If you didn't have that, what you would have is splinters here, there and everywhere, and it makes a right bonny mess. So at least when we put this on a deck plate, there's not going to be any lips or any catchy bits, and everything's going to sit nice and square. So let's get on with the rest of these holes then. Morning boys and girls, it's another freezing morning here at One Man in His Boat. I think we've definitely skipped autumn and we're straight into winter here. It's that bad I've even had to get the little thermals out the blooming cabinet to blooming put on this morning. Right, what's the plan this morning then? Well, I was going to give the beams another varnish, however, we leaving them out last night. They're pretty still, well, I wouldn't say tacky, but they're not quite dry properly yet, and there's no airy wind today, so I've brought them in the shed, we'll give them a good wipe down and we'll let them dry out finally for the last wee bit before we give them another coat, hopefully tonight, but we'll see. Right, anyway, so what we're going to get on with now, we're going to get on with welding. Yes, this is a bit that I've kind of been, because I'm no professional, as you've seen in previous vlogs. It's basically, this is my first time ever TIG welding, so it will be an experience for us all. So boys and girls, that didn't go too well at all. Yes, Barry's not a TIG welder. I thought I'd have a little practice off camera. So, luckily enough, I have got arc weld sticks, so I'm just going to get on with some arc welding and just get them all done. So it'll take 5 minutes doing it the way I can how to do it. Obviously I need practice with the TIG welding. So anyway, fun and games, eh? It's always a learning experience. So there we go guys, 32 bolts all done. Word to the wise, don't use crappy old welding rods that's been sitting in a cupboard for decades, and even when you bake them, still no use. Main fault, especially when I thought I was going to be so excellent at the TIG welding. More fool you Barry B. Right, sun's coming out, there's a slight breeze, let's try and get these beams varnished before lunchtime. Well guys, I think that I'm going to call it quits at that. It's getting quite dark now. I'm going to end the vlog there. So do the usual, smash that like button please. Leave a comment below if you wish. I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can. And tick that notification bell. And what have I forgotten? Please subscribe. Right, until the next video guys. Thank you very much for watching. All the best now. I've got arc welds, startery sticks. Take two. Oh, really? Right, we'll try that again. Is a 14mm stainless steel rod, and we're going to chop them up into 8-inch sections, so I should get 4 each 1 metre. Oh my god, that'll be one for the outtakes, eh?